Alright everybody, welcome to another Game Boy game that I am going to beat for you. And the reason behind it is because I actually always really wanted to do this game on the channel, just kind of like everything that I've been putting up to start my channel. But I have a long history with this game. When I was a kid, my cousin's actually on this game, not myself. So I would borrow their copy of this game on road trips all the time. Huge fan of the game, think it's fun as hell. There's a lot to do in it. It's just fun. I mean, it's a short game, but I think we could squeeze at least a couple parts out of it, kind of like Snoopy's Magic Show. And then after this, we pretty much exhausted my Game Boy library as far as games that were beatable from when I was a kid. There is still a Mario game that I have yet to play that I could technically play if need be, but it's just the original Mario. It's the Super Mario Bros. Deluxe is the other game that I grew up on a lot. Otherwise, it was like Lego Bionicle, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really in a huge rush to play for YouTube. And then the Legacy of Goku series, which I'm already working on anyway. So, what's the purpose of this game? Collect the books, or the pages, or the whatever the hell these things are. At the bottom next to my gun, that's the amount you need to have in order to advance at the end of the level. The game gets ridiculously hard towards the end because you have to do a couple levels that have upwards to like 30 books, and it just takes forever, and you'll see what I'm talking about here in a couple parts. But the first couple levels are a lot of fun. They really establish the premise of the game. It's a lot different than the games that you'll find on the NES and the Super NES for this. It does share some similarities in the fact that it's a shooter with its Sega CD counterpart. Not the point-and-click adventure, but the other one. Other than that, it's just Jurassic Park, run and gun, man. It's kind of fun. I find it enjoyable. I'll show you how to beat the bosses with minimal effort. It's only like 6. It's not very long. I know this because I just finally sat down and beat my copy in real life, like not even in like a month or two ago. And I was actually pleasantly surprised at how well the game actually ended up being. I'd always get stuck, and you'll see what I'm talking about. There's a water level in this game that's pretty brutal, but that's where I got stuck a lot. So if you're always looking for an update, my lips, or my mouth, or whatever you want to talk about is doing a lot better. Because basically what ended up happening is I think I had an allergic reaction, or something happened where I changed my toothbrush, or my toothpaste, and my mouth did not respond very well, so I had some sores. And the bottom one is totally fine now. Well, I mean, it's still there, but it just doesn't... If you've ever had a really gnarly, I guess you call them canker sore, you know that if it's in the right spot, it'll like literally handle it. It just gets in the way of everything. But the bottom one is doing great. Top one's still a little bit of a pain in the butt, but I just got to keep treating it, and we should be good to go. So I'm thinking in about a week I should be right back up to snuff, to be honest. I'm already doing a lot better today than I have in a long time. So, because as you can tell, the commentary is a little bit more fast-paced, because my mouth doesn't feel like somebody's got a razor blade in it. Oh, nice. I'm just gonna go ahead and drop down and get absolutely clowned by this big, fat, dinky dinosaur. By the way, these grenades, in case you didn't know, they are good for ranged damage. I'm never really much into the use of it, other than there is a couple bosses that you can turn into an absolute joke. They're using the grenades. I will demonstrate. So, yeah, everything's going great. In fact, this is the boss level, by the way. So what we're going to do, we're going to lay right here. Huck grenades at him. He's going to back up, come back over the top of us. Rinse and repeat. What a just intuitive boss battle. Woo! Man, that was tough. We really just struggle or bust our way through that. in the first section, but listen, the hardest part is yet to come. You know what's funny is that they're not lying. I mean, I get that that's kind of cliche because you would hope that a game gets harder the longer it goes along, but this game gets ridiculous in the late game. Like there's a couple levels, especially the T-Rex chase, and the water level that precedes it, or it comes after it, one of the two. I can't remember what order the levels are in. Where if you, in the T-Rex level I'm talking about here, if you mess up at all, you just instantly die, because it's basically you running away from a T-Rex, and if he catches you, it's not like he'll take a heart away and you can get away from him, he just instantly kills you. I've had a few runs come to an end really fast on the Game Boy that way. Because, like any good game on the Game Boy, it is one run through the game or bust. If you do not beat the entire game in one go, sucks to suck. Have fun restarting. It's not bad once you memorize kind of like the layout of the levels and you realize that this game is going to make you backtrack a lot. And also remember that enemies respawn, so if you killed an enemy in a spot, basically expect them to be back. If you just watch me play and follow me, you should do pretty well in the game. Because I have gone through... I've had to attempt to beat this game so many times. Because I always get so close, and then the T-Rex section would just wreck me. But now that I know how the T-Rex section works, it's really easy for me. You might be asking, did I watch the movies? Yes, minus the new ones. I was not a huge fan of the whole let's talk to dinosaurs thing, or not so much talking to them, but they understand humans. Like, once I saw that, because I was at a friend's house and he was kind of like catching the back end of it, and once I saw that, I was kind of like instantly just not interested in the slightest. I mean, maybe they're good. I don't know. I don't care. Maybe I'll watch them someday. But the originals, woo! Love the first one. Second one's okay. Third one's meh. I mean, that's just kind of usually how the consensus goes with those movies. I think they're all watchable. And I loved the concept for the dinosaur in the third movie. I absolutely loved that. The Spinosaurus, because he's like super fucking badass. And he just kicks the absolute shit out of the T-Rex in that movie. And that fight scene was so freaking cool as a kid. But it does have that one scene in it that made me cringe like crazy when I was a kid, which is that dude, like the raptor, like steps on his spine with his claw. Like, it's so gross, man. Like, was that really necessary? But the funny thing is that if you watch the Jurassic Park series, people die in some absolutely gruesome ways in that movie, and it just makes it all the better. Like, those series are so over the top with how dinosaurs end up killing people that it's just like, it just makes it so much better. My favorite dinosaur, personally, would probably have to be the T-Rex. I know that's just super cliche. I had this dinosaur as a kid. Like, it was the T-Rex model that would, like, make T-Rex noises, and he kind of had, like, a plastic outer body. Or, like, it was like a fleshy plastic on the outside of him. So, like, you could, like, bend his joints, and it was realistic, and I loved it. Except it terrified me because I was also scared of dinosaurs. So it was like the funniest parallel. Like, I would literally like play with this T-Rex toy and then get terrified because outside my window I thought the branches formed a T-Rex head, and I would just freak out. Like, I couldn't look outside my house ever, man. Like, I spent all my time as a kid like constantly in fear of the dinosaur outside my house. So then what was funny is then I went back to my old house. Thankfully, I got a chance to go back. Because we had some family that moved into my old home. And then when I went back, the tree was so different. And I just remember sitting there and being like, man, I can't believe I let that paralyze me when I was a kid. But the thing you don't think about is, like, when you're a kid, you can't really be talked out of a lot of things. Like, if you're terrified of something, it's very hard to be reasonable about it. I think that still carries into my adult life sometimes, because I am scared of some absolutely stupid stuff. I won't even lie to you. Maybe as we grow together on this channel, that'll become more knowledge that I'll share, but for right now, let's leave you on a cliffhanger of I get scared of really stupid stuff. It's the best way to put it. And here I am, 26 years old. That's right. Now you know my age. 26-year-old, just some dude trying to play games on the internet. Like, you know, like I missed the fad by like 6 years, but hey, whatever, right? Better late than never. Oh, sweet, we're going against the Pteranodon. This boss is annoying if you don't do it right, but all you have to do is let him kill himself. Easy. He literally doesn't even land on the screen. The game didn't even give him the common courtesy to let him die the natural way. Like, he just fell completely off the screen. So, here comes the T-Rex pursuit level I was talking about. We have to do this without getting hit at all. So, just follow how I do it. Hopefully I remember it all at the top of my head. You cannot damage him. It is pointless. He's just going to chase you through the whole level. So basically how the game's going to try and kill you in this stage is it's going to try to set you up with false ledges, like you're seeing, where you'll think that there is a way out, and there's not. Just do your best to stay... Let the pages dictate where you go, because they will help you for the most part. But there's a couple parts that are just intentionally made to be dickery, so... Hopefully you can learn a little something from this walkthrough. But as you can see, the page count is slowly climbing, and I got killed because I didn't have any damn health! Since the game isn't nice enough to refresh your life at the end of a level, that would be awfully convenient, and as we know on the Game Boy, nothing convenient ever happens. Alright, so we're coming up on the part where we just died at, thank God. This actually shouldn't be too bad, mostly because I've done it before. I kind of know when the game's going for the cheese, when it's not going for the cheese. Nice, he didn't walk all the way to the edge there like I thought he would. I love the music in this game, by the way. So treat the jumping mechanic like you would in any other really bad platformer, where basically when you jump, just realize that you have to jump like as you would be falling off a ledge. That's the best way to put it. If you look at it that way, you shouldn't ever really have any problems. You can go for that extra life every time, because if you die... Oh, wow, that just set us back completely. Nice. I thought we were at the checkpoint. We're not. I'm going to give this one more try and then wrap it up for today's part, and we will continue this in the next episode. But, either way, hopefully maybe I'll have the magic run right here. I almost just died because I was moving my seat. Felt good, man. Feels good. Get that shit out of here. Yeah, hopefully I can show off the jumps here. Where if you basically, like, you treat it a lot like you have an extra, like, step at the edge of every block that you can make a jump on before the game counts you as falling. It's, like, really weird to time it. But once you get it timed, you'll never take damage on this part. Unless, you know, you get dicked by that little T-Rex guy. He just likes to fuck with you or the baby dinosaur. Yeah, you see how, like, I would have technically, like, if you freeze it... Oh, well. And then I don't do it right. It's like, right here, it's going to be crucial. And, of course, we fuck it up! Well, it looks like I'm going to have to learn how to do it again. But either way, I'm going to pause the game right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. In the next part, we will continue on with Jurassic Park. Hopefully you guys enjoy this series. It should be kind of a quick one. We're pretty much halfway through the game at this point. But the next couple levels are going to be a little bit longer than this. Either way, thank you guys so much. No matter what you got going on today, I really appreciate you being here. I'm not going to go through the schmeal today like usual, except for I'm actually going to. So whether it's day, night, noon, lunch, dinner, breakfast, brunch, whatever you got cooking in the kitchen, I really appreciate you being here. So you can go watch some of my old stuff. I'm hopefully going to start putting in videos at the end of these videos. I'm learning how to slowly be an effective YouTuber. Look for better stuff here soon. I got some stuff in the works. It's going to be a little bit different than these Game Boy games, so we'll have some variety coming up. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm out of here. So see you later.